I think we should be starting right now. So, hello everybody. We're going to be reacting to Sock Studios again. And last time we watched Pain before, but now we're moving on to High School with 7.7 million views. So, we're going to check it out. So, it's going to be 33 minutes long. So this is going to be my longest video. So hope you enjoy. And also like and subscribe.
High school, it sucked. We're going to be telling our most insane high school stories, and at the end, we will even tell you how our teacher ended up in prison. They always portray the same old stereotypes. The football Chad shoving nerds in lockers, the mean girls critiquing everyone's outfits, and the popular kids giving people swirlies. But I never seen it happen. I mean, I waited in the bathroom for ages. I gave them plenty of time to come find me.
Wait, you wanted to get a swirly? I don't understand what's happening.
Wait, weren't you homeschooled? In reality, the niche groups of high school are much more diverse. You have the nerds, but if you break it down further, you have the anime kids who you see Naruto running in PE or holding dance battles at lunch. Then they're the gamers, okay? Who you can usually identify. You've never been to high school! Who you can identify by their Xbox deodorant. Everyone has a role to play in the food chain of high school. Like the kid that never shows up in class. Every class has one student that comes to school at max 20 times.
I never understood that. Why would you go to school to, not go to school? You know what I mean?
It makes no sense.
He's making money moves. He doesn't need school.
How do you keep on rocking up once every 3 months, no pencil case, no idea what's going on, and it's just fine? He's just cool with it.
They only show up for tests and then they ace it.
It makes no sense.
That's because you're European, bro.
I'm still trying to figure things out.
Next, we have the quiet girl. You swear she was born without a voice. Probably wish she was invisible. Not many friends, baggy clothes. If you call her out, you either did it because you know it would terrify her, or you were wondering what her voice actually sounds like.
But she's always the baddest, bro.
Bro, don't Nadway.
What?
Now, wait, are you into girls with dyed hair?
Now, what do we call girls with dyed hair?
Next question. Let's go.
Then you got the no pencil kid. Every class, every day. This kid, doesn't matter. Pen, pencil, nothing. Whoever's sitting behind them, they always ask if they could borrow a pencil. But you know, if you hand it over,
They never give it back.
where are they taking it? Are they eating it? Is it gone for lunch? They even lose it in between the periods. It doesn't make any sense.
You know what makes me so angry, bro? When they break this thing.
Oh, they snap it off? Yeah. They start fidgeting it and it just bends over? Oh, my God.
PBH knows how to use a pencil sharpener with his finger.
Yes, I do. It feels so good.
I sharpened my pinky and I tried to cut my nails with my... This is a different story for a different day, okay?
We already stole this story.
The next student is the iced coffee girl. She never shows up to school without her mocha
I
frappa
had you already
kappa
recorded.
chappa
It was
kappa.
made 2
That's
years
just
ago.
ooh. That's just ooh. That's literally just ooh.
That's
It
just
was
me,
made
guys. I'm
like
sorry.
last
I'm
year, and this was
guilty.
made
You're
10
the
months
white
ago.
girl.
I'm a iced caramel macchiato girly, and I would die on this hill.
I have a gun and no one's coming to take it from me. They're always late. Their hair is always in a messy bun. I'm pretty sure if they didn't have it, they would crumble into dust without their high caffeine, high sugar diet. And how can they afford $30 on Starbucks every single morning? The next are the bad kids.
I'm telling you, bro, if Sox went to high school, he would definitely be a band kid. Like, he'd be T-posing.
Why are you saying I didn't go to high school? You know I went to public school more than I went homeschooled, right? I was only homeschooled for 2 years.
That's more than enough.
There's a lot of different type of people, but there's also those people that are in that just a phase. This means these people, they're all scattered around lunch. They're not in a specific group or anything, okay? They're going through something. They could be goth, they could be cosplayers, or a little furry squad. No. Yes.
Socks, would you be a furry?
Yes.
If you were a
I am
furry,
now.
what animal would you be?
I would be a big cat.
Yes, I can.
I can see it.
I would like to be like a dolphin.
A dolphin? It's not a furry, bro. You're supposed to be
I want to be unique.
So, most furries, they pretty much keep to themselves. They're pretty chill. But trust me, don't aggravate them. Have you ever seen an angry
Bro,
furry?
you know what they do? They sit on, like, the floor on, like, their Chromebook and just sit there watching videos and reading fanfics and stuff.
With no socks on.
The athletes. In my experience, most of the sport people, at school, they were too busy just trying to catch up on sleep. It's like most of the time you got sports, school, and then you're just tired. Like your whole day is just busy. But that's until you got to PE. They take all their energy and they put it all in a game of dodgeball. You pray you're on a good team because otherwise some of the dodgeball games can feel like a life or death situation. Everything is fun and games until one of the jocks publicly executes a disabled kid with a dodgeball.
What?
Now's a good time to tell you to subscribe.
You guys the ones to get picked last.
No, I'm very proud to tell you I was always getting picked first. I'm so proud about
The
that.
teachers assigned it at my class.
I just didn't want to feel bad.
Dude, meme got it. Before you went into PE and after PE, bro, you smelled the same, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure why some people treat PE lessons like the Olympics, but with every PE class, there's always a huge gym teacher. This guy always looks like he's never ran a day in his life. Screaming at you, work harder. I refuse to take fitness advice from people whose veins are 65% double Big Mac, okay? It makes no sense.
Crazy.
Double Big Mac is wild, actually. Am I the only one that had their gym teacher have their office in the locker room?
That is wild.
Right in the middle of where you change. That's crazy. Speaking of teachers, okay, there are many different types of teachers as like there is students. You think every person educating children like be normal, right? But turns out most high school teachers are straight psychopaths.
You gotta be a little crazy to teach teenagers for your whole life.
There's always one teacher that's that crazy hippie art teacher. One of those middle-aged white women with a bandana or two in her hair.
Oh my god! I had her this year. I had her, and she rated my SpongeBob house a 0.
No, but you made it in one day, didn't you?
No, I made it in 5 days.
What is that?
Why is
Brother,
the house depressed?
Okay, but what about my Squidward house? But you gave me a D for this too. My Squidward house bang.
Okay, that's low-key banger.
You
Okay.
could do that in a day, bro. Dude, not way. Did your teacher have like these giant stones on her necklace, and that's like the source of all her powers?
Yeah, she's like a hippie, bro. She had like the.
Let me pause.
She's like a hippie, bro. She had like the natural like curly hair, like blonde curly hair.
How did the room smell like? Did it have like scented candles? And it was like,
It had like an aroma, yeah. And it was like playing like music.
And she has like armpit hair.
oh yes. Everyone had a teacher crush. It's part of life. If it was a man or a woman, there was always some obtainable goddess that everyone wanted, or some man that shouldn't even been there. There's always some model teacher. Who was it for you guys? It was my French teacher.
I had a bunch of old heads, so.
The chemistry teacher.
Ooh, tell us more, Mimi.
What if she's watching this video?
This is your time to confess. Maybe you should just tell her that you guys have chemistry.
I hope you got no teacher love. That's just weird. What the hell?
What about the NPCs? Easily the most common stereotype. NPCs are basically everywhere in high school. Did you guys ever have like a guy that was in school every day, but you didn't know if he was like a teacher or like what his job was?
Yes, bro. And he always substitute in like the library, and I'd be trying to eat in the library, and he's just like watching me,
But
bro.
the NPCs are still way more tolerable than the thirsty couples in high school. The Romeos and the Juliets. I'm just trying to go to class. They stand in the middle of the hallway or in front of your locker just making out.
That is so awkward.
You hear them like the wet, sloppy lip smacking sounds. You hear the pet nicknames being purred to each other. They do like the baby talk. I mean,
You wish it was you, but I'm just saying, you wish it was you.
While you're just trying to like crawl underneath them to get to your locker.
What if we one up them and we start oiling each other up in the hallways?
why do we need Romeo and Juliet when we have each other? Despite you guys, watching our videos, saying that I'm pretty annoying and I never stop talking, you probably think, oh my god, probably the band kid. But no, I was just in the kid sitting in the back, literally saying nothing.
That's why he was homeschooled.
I don't think I remember anything valuable from high school. I know that Bill Nye, the science guy, is a pretty cool guy. I know the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But apart from that, like, school was just one big time lapse. It didn't even happen. Tell me one thing in high school that is helping you in the real world. Like, tell me why the Pythagorean theorem is gonna help you save a plane from crashing.
I couldn't tell you much about that one, honestly.
Dude, there's so many reasons why you could, though. Like, what?
But I feel like all the important stuff happened like the days I missed at school. Every time I feel like I didn't go to school is when something actually interesting happened. Like Mr. Beast was giving out free Tesla. As bad as that might have been, nothing is worse than the food in cafeteria.
I think this is an American thing, because the amount of slop you guys are eating.
American food is horrible. The macaroni, it was sticky. The pizza, it was musty. Okay, don't even talk about the school special.
Oh, no. You can't even talk about the pizza without mentioning it's not on like a pizza slice. It's on a hero bread.
The pizza was amazing.
This was my school pizza.
This bad.
It was barely a triangle.
Everything that you would
That
get
was
there
my
is just a
pizza,
throw special.
honestly.
Nothing was good. Every day, my friends and I were playing Russian
Yeah, let me
roulette
hear my
on what we were
first
going to get.
question.
What mystery meat were we going to get poisoned by today? And today was a Tuesday. And on this day, the
Wait, I'm gonna pause this. Yeah, my pizza was like that, like My pizza was like a ship-looking pizza, like TBH's. Like, if you know me, if you know, you know. You just you know. But reacting to high school right now, what I really wanted was Socks, like, kind of explaining what the food was, and he just did. Like, that's what I was thinking about in my head right now. But the pizza, like, there would be squared shape. There would be squared or like that like ship like looking Titanic like shaped pizza, like my hand. That's literally the shape of the pizza. In reality, it's just a Titanic ship. I'm never gonna do that again. Okay, let's get back to Socks.
Food they served us was mac and cheese. That sounds pretty good, right? How can you mess up mac and cheese?
Is this a good time to tell I've never had mac and cheese?
Are you serious? Whoa.
Are you serious?
I don't really mess with mac and cheese that much. I'm gonna keep it a bug.
Okay, but
Okay, we don't
I
care.
eat mac and cheese my life.
Okay.
the thing is, how hard can that be to mess up? How can you mess up mac and cheese? It's simple.
It's 2 ingredients.
Exactly. To put in perspective how nasty this mac and cheese was, you could flip the plate upside down and the mac and cheese would stick to the top of the plate forever.
Doesn't that just mean there's a lot of cheese?
You want your mac and cheese to flip up and you want it to be stuck to the ceiling. We'd sit down, everyone's sitting next to you. Some people brought their food in from home. Those guys were lucky. Okay, everyone else, we were all looking at our plates. We weren't eating this. Okay, we were not eating it. We wanted to test how grippy that mac and cheese was. How grippy.
Why would you say it like that?
Why would you
Until
say it
put
like
up on the
that?
ceiling.
We wanted to see if it really just stuck on top of the plate, would it stick on top of anything necessarily?
Oh
hate it.
no.
So you know how we did our fast food tier list where we threw things on the ceiling to see if it stuck?
Yeah.
Well, you see, when you're inside the cafeteria, wouldn't it be interesting to see how long the mac and cheese could stay on the roof? We threw that mac and cheese up to the roof of the cafeteria with a sploosh. That mac and cheese not only hit the ceiling, it stayed there.
The whole clump?
Our jaws dropped. And we were all in general shock that the mac and cheese that was served to us is now in the ceiling of the cafeteria. The best part was 5 minutes went by, 10 minutes went by. The rest of the lunch session went by. It was still there.
No way. What if someone's gonna go sit there down and like eat their meal and it just falls down and right in their face?
We were thinking, how long would it stay there? Hours, days? You know, the lunch session was over. We were leaving. We were going to go there the next day to see if it was still there. It was being talked about in class now. You know, everyone's talking about that one moment where the cheese is now on the ceiling. So we were seeing the next lunch day, would it be there? Everyone was getting hyped. Was it going to be there forever? But no, it was not. All you saw was like little smudges and stuff like that. But the fact that it was up there for even more than an hour blew my mind. And that is a huge accomplishment.
Hey man, shout out the mac and cheese, man. Shout out mac and cheese, dog.
And that is a pretty good story of the American school system. Now, who has another story?
Me.
You and
I've been through war recently, alright? You guys don't know. You guys' perspective on school is all wrong, alright? When was the last time you went near a school?
I'm not allowed within 16 feet of a school.
Listen, I was still in high school, and I'm here to inform you old heads, alright? What's up? Listen, it's not like middle school and elementary school, you know, where I peaked. You know, when I first started recording with you guys, I started high school, and it was like during COVID and stuff. That's when everything was happening online, you know, recording our little Among Us sections while I was in school. So, like, when I first went into high school, I was a sophomore, and like, my school was huge. So, like, I lost all my rep, bro. It was like a brand new world. I lost all my rep. Like, it's all started when I recorded with you guys. I lost it all because of you guys. Listen, I'm a sophomore. Like, I should know my school by now, right? But I'm basically like a freshman, and it has like 6,000 like different students. So I see like a bunch of different like characters, bro, like weirdos. I've seen a kid getting pants in the middle of the cafeteria. I've seen a car on fire in the middle of the parking lot. I've seen a deer jump over a girl like walking outside. Like, oh, I have a video, bro. It's insane.
Wait, is that real?
Yes, like I have a video. So like in my school, you have to like walk outside, and like a deer jumped over a girl and hit her.
Why are there so many people in your school? Crazy. What?
Can you believe that, bro? It hit her in the head. Listen, I'm gonna ask you guys this one question. Have you guys ever seen a fight unfold in front of you?
I have.
It's a blissful experience, bro. Any interaction with a kid can cause a fight. Like, oh, you said to my Jordans? Like, it's as simple as that, bro. Listen, it's not fun.
Well, that's simple.
Yes, bro. I have been in a fight. Ladies,
I do not believe you.
I've been in one fight. It happened last year.
Wait, I remember this.
Over what?
Well, let me explain, fat mean god. So I'm walking to my next class. You know, and since I told you guys, since my school is so big, I have to walk outside to a different class. Oh yeah, also, so I'm like wearing my headphones and my hoodie. You know, it's raining and it's cold. I have my AirPods in. I'm like mysterious. You know, my aura is like up there. My aura is up right now. And out of nowhere, I swear, so people are walking opposite of me to the other school, and a water bottle gets thrown to my chest. I'm like, what? What just happened? And I ignored it because I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. I didn't care that much because it didn't hurt, and I was just confused. And I didn't see who threw it. Next thing I know, I just get jabbed straight in my jaw from behind me. I was like, what?
Wait, let me pause.
Like, what? Out of nowhere, oof. I promise you, I don't know this kid. I've never seen this kid. He just randomly punched me.
Is that when you pulled out the bomb?
That's why you pulled out the bomb.
Here, but you, Dino. Okay, so I turn around and I have AirPods, right? I have AirPods on, and my AirPod gets flung out of my ear. And in that moment, my heart dropped because I'm like, nah, man, I'm not about to lose an AirPod because of this guy, bro. There's no way.
He's crying, bro.
You don't know, oof. Those are expensive. I'm like, who the hell are you? Right? And he just throws another punch at my jaw. Another one. And it hits me. And like my AirPod just, my other AirPod flung.
Yo,
I'm like,
he's dogging on you now, bro. You gotta lock in.
bro, I don't want anyone to step on it. I don't want the rain to hurt it, bro. My little AirPod.
You care way too much about this AirPod.
Okay, honestly, I just turned to the kid and pushed him because realistically I'm taller than him. And you know, in that fight, it's like a make or break.
Bro, that is like, what do you want, pipsqueak?
Before I continue, I need someone to raise their hand and be a volunteer. TBH, you're gonna be the kid that punched me, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm walking, you know, all mysteriously, all ominous. What'd you do that for, you little punk? Okay, to be honest, I push him, right? And he runs away.
Oh, you let this dude punch you twice.
He ran away. No, I get my get back. Listen, so one kid that I know saw the fight, and like he texted me on Snapchat like 2 days later. He's like, yo, you wanna pull up to this bathroom and jump him? I'm like,
Wait, he's kind of a homie for telling you.
listen, so I ended up just going to the principal's office. I'm like, yo, can you guys look over the camera footage and just find this kid? And like, he ended up getting caught, and I screwed this kid over so hard, bro. Okay, you guys don't understand. He got suspended on AP exams.
Are you serious?
AP exams. Yes.
That's heavy stuff. Oh my god.
I know you guys should like my story as a high school veteran. You know, I hope you guys learn
Was that
about
it?
the.
Was that it? Is that the whole story?
So
Oh
you
my
just
God,
tattled
you
on him and
suck.
that's it?
Yeah.
You suck.
I was a little bit of a goody two-shoes in high school, and I never did anything too crazy, and I never fought kids, I never cursed at teachers, I never smoked or did drugs, or...
You pure little soul.
What's your purity test?
Dude, it's literally 101. I've done more good deeds than anything. I met Jesus himself. There has been a time where I almost got suspended. Oh no! You suspended? I'm a good boy. I can't get suspended.
How is that even possible?
So this was last year. This was my junior year of high school, and I remember we were sitting in my AP language and composition class, and my teacher, she is a lunatic. She is a loose cannon. We never get any work done. I remember an entire class period, which was an hour and 20 minutes long. She talked about her leprechaun rip-away pants that she was gonna wear for St. Patrick's Day.
What is rip away pants?
So pants that you can like rip away and reveal something underneath it.
You were getting flashed by your teacher?
Like this. Oh, would you look at that? Subscribe. She talked about that the entire time, and I was just absolutely, I was absolutely mad because like I wanted to learn.
Wanted to learn? What the
I don't know, I wanted to learn because this was an AP exam. This would get me past some college classes I don't have to take and pay for. So it's just like a good thing, you know? Basically, I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably not going to pass this exam. I got to study on my own. And so I study on my own, and it gets to the exam day. I think I did really good. I think I did really amazing. I think I like...
Wait, what do you consider good? Okay.
AP exam is rated on a 1 to 5. So 3 is considered passing, and then like 1 and 2 is considered not passing. Like the class is only for the AP exam. It's not for like an actual final exam in the class, like a school exam. And so after the AP exam, we're sitting in class, and we're all playing games and whatever. And the teacher says, "Hey class, put everything away and take out a pen and paper. What is happening?" And she says, "This is the final exam you guys are gonna take." And I'm like, "What? We already took our final exam. What do you mean? The whole thing about this class was for our AP exam and everything."
There's another one?
Yeah, this is the final. And she had promised us she wasn't gonna make us take one. So she lied. She literally lied. And I got so mad, and I was so ticked off because she had promised us this, and then she broke the promise. I sent her an entire email about
Whoa, not a whole email. Bro, Deadass said, I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter.
He's right though. I never confront teachers. I always wait until the day after they email them. I never confront them IRL.
You emailed them too?
Yes.
So I sent a full email to her, and apparently she thought this was like bullying and harassment.
Wait, before you even read it, I just love at the bottom it says not all heroes wear capes.
This is the guy who made the chimpanzee video. His profile picture is me. I don't know why it's me. I feel it is important to share this with the class, as there are no class comments on the recent post, and my teacher did not allow class comments for Google Classroom. So this is sent to literally everybody and my teacher, and I'll read it out for you guys. Miss Poop Fart, I don't understand why you're doing a Unit 9 progress check. We already have taken the AP exam. I got a 5, and I believe you should shave your head instead of doing the progress check. I'm going to be using the Google machine to help with my Unit 9 exercise. You do not explicitly say we cannot use it. I will not write an argument of essay in the class comments to refute this due to the work. As school starts to dwindle down and teachers are wrapping up classes, students are becoming increasingly less interested in classes as there is not much, if all, of material left to be learned. These teachers to find a need to continue the in-class learning time without wasting resources. But this isn't very effective for AP students, as there is nothing more to learn as AP exams have passed. Material is now not applicable, and students can take class time to study for other AP exams. Students can learning material for the AP exam, hence the AP class we signed up for, all to lead up to the exam. But
I just want to take a pause. I just want to take a pause right there. True. Every teacher talks about for a lot of minutes. Not even that long. They just talk for the whole hour. Why? Let me turn off the webcam.
exam, now what? Students should be able to relax and recline after 18 weeks of hard studying in preparation for one of the biggest final tests of the year. Theoretically, you should have learned all the material before the AP exam. Even if you didn't, there is no purpose to continue preparation as the exam is over.
You write very smartly.
As it will contribute to nothing more, as students will find it as busy work and won't apply themselves. This was my argumentative essay. My teacher taught us how to write argumentative essays, and this is exactly why I use it against
You
her.
should talk like this in the real world.
As an AP student, I believe it's unclear to me why students are given work after final exams. It's called final exam for a reason. Leading up to final exams, there should be plenty of grades due, and there shouldn't be a reason teachers missing grades or assignments. Students know that work is important, but after exams, it doesn't make any sense. Sure, the learning is continued, hashtag always learning, but with I had to put a little hashtag always learning. But when students aren't interested or concerned in what is being given, it makes the work useless and quite frankly stupid. Students will find ways around the work if there will be no learning. After spending 4 hours in a class, the last thing students want to do is go back to learning material from the AP curriculum. I know from experience I've completely disregarded any information I learned from AP Science or AP Chem, as the knowledge I have used is no longer useful to me. There is simply no reason to keep memorized on my head unless I want to spread out the most electronegative element is fluorine. Or an AP length, good abilities established this process of being a professional in this field for years. Even if we continue learning English, there is absolutely no material that we learn at the very end of the year that will stay retained as summer is right around the corner and kids will simply disregard.
Can you put that into Fortnite terms?
Okay, so basically, you're not gonna 90 in Fortnite after you win. This is from the teacher. She sent this to my parents and to the class and to the administrator and to the principal. And so she says, I received this from one of my AP students today, shortly after I posted a review assignment on the Google Classroom. And as you can see here, she's literally just all going crazy, and she's like saying we didn't get the concern of all the students to attention to the email. And at the very bottom, you can see this. She had something crazy. The image is a subnote. And listen to this. 4th block extremely loud. Well, that's not surprising. Oof and crew loud. I'm the group leader, guys. I'm the group leader. Oof and crew loud. I almost got suspended for this. And if you read down here, I will submit a referral for this, as I feel it is bullying and harassment directed towards me.
What? The teacher's saying they're getting bullied?
She thought I was bullying and harassing her for literally writing an email to her explaining to why I think this shouldn't be the case. And whenever she handed me the test, she didn't even look at me. She just put it on my desk while looking away, and I knew I won. She said she was gonna write me up, and I was like, I can't get written up. I'm not a bad kid. This isn't my thing. And I go to the administrator, and the administrator's like, yeah, bro, you're chill. I got you. Don't worry. I believe in what you say 100%. Knowing this information, I go back to the classroom, and I literally look at her in the face, and I mouth the words, I won. And this is some information I learned last year as well. She's no longer allowed to teach AP classes because of me.
Seriously?
I literally took away her job from herself.
This is some K-drama, bro. What?
I took her job away from herself.
Bro, she got a demotion. That's actually insane.
Yeah, that is.
That she literally got demoted. This was the biggest middle fingers up to her because she was the most terrible teacher in my entire school career. So
I like how you being angry is still extremely formal and very respectable.
well, you gotta have some credibility. You can't be mad and then expect them to read it and be like, oh yeah.
You're like the jock that's actually good at school. That's crazy.
No, he's a rare, bro. He's a rarity.
He's a shiny.
Pokemon
He's
or
a
something.
shiny jock.
Thank you so much, guys. I love being shiny.
You have a story texting?
Wait, hold up. So, guys, I'm gonna stop recording. I know I'm laying in bed right now, but I'm not going to sleep. I'm in that Pokemon room right now where I don't really show you my Pokemon anymore because we're still working on them. So, 2025, see you later. See you later for finishing high schools. So, I'll see you later and hope you have a great time and have a great day. And I'll hope I'll show you my shredded Fable binder. That'll be a little while, but let's start it soon. So, see you later and have a great day.